Hello, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. EGFC Season 2 continues with its first opening night. We've got match number 3 up on board, Butler versus Marquette. Two teams that could use a little bit of improvement since last season, but they both came out swinging towards the end. How you feeling about this one, Cool J?
Honestly, I'm not too sure. I'm kind of excited for all my games today, but I don't really know what to expect out of this one. As you mentioned, these two teams had a bit of an up and down season last time around, but here we are in Season 2. They've had a whole off season to prepare, to get ready, to improve, and we'll see if all their hard work paid off. This is what it all comes down to here on day 1 of the EGF season. And I'm really excited. It should be a good match. I think it's going to be pretty close. That's my expectation for this one. I think it'll be back and forth 4, maybe 5 games. Should be pretty fun.
Yeah, I'm just about ready to hop into it. I'm not personally expecting a 3-0 unless either of these teams have had really big roster changes, but neither of them really have. Butler's still loaded up, and one of the players I want to point out on this side, Sir Aaron, fantastic player. The core of this team. And even though it seems like I believe both of the other teams have been replaced, so Jiggy and Kai are both new, Sir Aaron is certainly a fantastic piece to be building off of. Looking at the other side of Marquette, it's JFG, right? Classic player, Nito Burrito, we've seen around a little bit before. However, they've got a third man floating around here a little bit. Son of Carr, who's new. It's always great to put some faces to these names, see what kind of gameplay they can give us, and what level of Rocket League we're going to get from these teams, because, you know, everyone's starting off somewhere, and there's clearly some teams that have practiced over the summer that have been ready and rearing to come back and make a mark.
Yeah, well, Sir Aaron, you know, the most important part of this game, he's already rocking the Loot Llama. So he has basically got a free goal for his team at this point with that kind of points, you know. But we see him going there, Sir Aaron hitting the aerial, bringing it all the way down the field, but JFG hits it right on back. And I'm interested to see, already getting some bloodthirsty action between these two teams. I was going to say, I'm interested to see how they set the tone, because this doesn't set the tone just for this set, but really for your whole season. How they want to play this game and what their style is going to be, how well they're going to go. So we'll see. These two teams so far playing a pretty back and forth, a little bit of ping pong, a little bit of smack the ball back and forth, but Marquette, well, they were threatening, but dealt with pretty well there by Butler.
Yeah, you and I know more than anybody else how important that first goal is to just setting the score, putting yourself ahead, deciding how you need to be playing for the rest of this match. Right now, Son of Carr has a great shot into upper bins. It's top left for the first goal of the season from Marquette, put in by their new player, of course. It just feels like rookie night, man. Every single game, we've had the opening goal scored by somebody new, and this time it's Son of Carr. Fantastic placement, fantastic play so far. Keep it up.
Yeah, as you mentioned, freshman showing up big tonight, but Jiggy on the Butler side really set that play up. He had a huge misplay. I don't know if it was a bad touch or maybe he just didn't see Senekar being right there, but in any case, Senekar is going to say thank you very much. I'll take that free score. And a 1-0 lead with about 3 minutes to go. Marquette looking pretty good so far. I mean, it has been a pretty even game outside of that one score. And that's why they can sometimes make all the difference, but this time, Kai gonna even things up.
Good shot by Kai, and we promised this one would be even, right? And it's exactly what you expect from these two teams. They both have such solid rosters just right off the bat. They're building off of some of the strongest pieces that they had last season and coming and swinging. And I feel like the level of play that we've seen already has just been so much more than what we got out of EGF last season. That's not to say it was bad, it's just to say these guys are taking it more and more seriously every time, and those underdog teams are tired of being underdog teams, and they know what it takes to actually get up there. They've seen some of these teams rise and fall. They've witnessed Niagara get so much better and nearly come back at the end of the season. They've seen RIT and UD constantly nipping at the heels of UTA, and they can follow after that example. Find shots like these. JFG into upper corner. No! Great save by Kai to keep it out. Now it's Butler on the counterattack.
Yeah, you know, Marquette, they had the upper bin score in that first goal. JFG had an incredibly placed shot there. It was stopped. Oh, good defensive rotation from Butler there. That was a very dangerous attack that Marquette just brought in, and they dealt with it perfectly. But really some impressive mechanics on this offensive side for Marquette so far. We'll see if they can keep it going. Nito Burrito doesn't have very much boost, but nonetheless dribbling this ball down the sideline does get interrupted by Kai. Senecar going to win it at midfield. Back and forth it goes. Sir Aaron knocking it into the corner. Can they get a setup? I don't think so. Nito Burrito looks like is going to be able to clear this one, but not for long.
Yeah, tied up with 130. Feeling like a lot more of one of the lower scoring games that we've gotten tonight. But you know what's crazy? Is we haven't gotten any really high level, or high scoring games rather. Right?
Yeah.
Last season it was 10s, 9s,
Scoring
double digits
fest.
everywhere. Yeah, this
yeah.
is much more subdued. The team's rotations and defenses have gotten so much cleaner.
Yeah, and this is, you know, what we're preaching. This is what we love to see here at EGF. It's about building an infrastructure for these teams to improve year over year. You know, both of these teams really had, you know, not the best seasons last time around, and coming in here, they are looking much better. Certainly still some mistakes to be made, to be improved upon, but, you know, this is what we really like to see. We like to see these teams playing more disciplined, really playing as a team, and really understanding what it takes to get a win in the EGF League.
30 seconds. And man, what are the odds we go to another overtime right now?
That would be great.
So many tonight.
Yeah, this would be a third one.
Yeah,
oh, but JFG's not.
Oh, what a save! No! He knocked it out!
Oh no, JFG, you did so great to set that up. Jiggy just tears it all apart. He makes up for his earlier misplay, and now he's posturing here. It's gonna run out of time here. They're gonna have to keep this ball in the air. Son of Car with a big aerial dribble. Sir Aaron gonna go for the challenge, but this ball is gonna, oh, just barely missed there. JFG had a chance to keep it up. But now we are in overtime, our third overtime of the day, at least on this main stream. Maybe on the other stream we were having more overtimes, because remember, ladies and gentlemen, we've got so much Rocket League action. It can't possibly be contained to one. JFG getting the demo there, but Marquette are not sweating this one at all. They're going to be able to clear that ball out nice and easy. Oh, and Son of Car maybe has an opportunity. Nice touch from Kai, but JFG coming right on in. Nito Burrito here in midfield, but he's going to have to back off. He doesn't have the angle. Oh, that was an aggressive play from Butler, almost going for it from midfield, but Marquette are there to stop it. And remember, this is just game one, ladies and gentlemen, already neck and neck like this, and it only gets better as these players get more warmed up.
Yeah, Marquette's been looking on fire. They've been keeping so much pressure onto Butler. Butler's not cracking under it, though, and that means Marquette needs to be careful that they don't over-rotate, that they don't over-commit to any of this. There's going to be dangerous opportunities in their half when Butler get their hands on the ball. And they're starting to now. This turn, nope. It's Marquette building out their own half. Off the top, down in.
Oh.
No, Jiggy's there for the save.
Yeah, that was a nice drop down. Not executed quite perfectly, though, because his teammate was not there in position to follow up on it. But now JFG skyrockets field. He plays it over the middle. Sonokar with an aerial back into the corner here, but that one's dealt with pretty easily by Butler's side. Nito Burrito gets some touch on it. That's better than nothing, but it actually may have put them in a worse position coming back around the side here. Now Marquette trying to slow down the pace. They're worried about Butler. Butler coming in for the score, but Jiggy, if he could have been there, that would have been a goal. That would have been game one for Butler, but they couldn't make it happen. Back and forth these teams go. We're already 2 minutes into overtime, and you can feel both of these teams itching for a goal. Nito Burrito with a demo, and that might be the opening they needed. A big aerial dribble for 50, but Jiggy, perfect timing on the save. However, the danger is not gone. Kai looking for the clear, and he gets it. Great defensive play from Butler there.
Yeah, and you can already see how these teams form out, right? You always say a team's true colors come out when they actually start playing into overtime. Oh my God, the aggression of Marquette has come to play. You know, I was about to make a comment on how Butler's turned into an even more defensive team over these past 2 minutes, but it doesn't matter. Marquette's there. The pressure matters. JFG throwing shot after shot after shot at this goal matters. And it takes away a game from a strong start for Marquette.
Yeah, Marquette definitely did a great job in that game, getting that win here in game one. And, you know, that's what we've been talking about all day long. That you want to start your season off strong. You want to make a statement. You want to show up and show that you put in the work in the offseason, that you are ready to come out and win games. Winning games is not all they're looking for, though. Marquette, they want to finish out this set. That was a good way to go, but it was very back and forth, so I'm looking forward to game two here.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we're getting a couple server issues, so we're just going to restart that back up. We'll be back in just a moment for game 2. Stay tuned, because this one, it's only getting better. Ladies and gentlemen, we're back with game number 2 between Butler and Marquette. Coming out strong right now. Marquette up 1-0, but it was hard fought from Butler, who sent it into about 2 and some change minutes of overtime, and already are coming back with the vengeance in this one. Opening goal from Jiggy.
Yeah, the non-stop action continues here. Jiggy getting a very early goal there. Only took 10 seconds for him to get back on the board, flashing right in with the score. And we're back to it on the kickoff. Marquette, they did get the win in game 1, but obviously striking first is Butler. So we'll see, can Butler try and take a game back here, send us to a game 3 with the series all tied. Sir Aaron bringing it into the corner, but he gets stopped up real quick. Jiggy went for a 50-50 ball there, but he didn't quite come out on top. Kai with a nice hit there. Nito Burrito deals with it pretty well. Now Jiggy has full boost. He picked up the big coin there. He is going for this aerial, using a lot of boost to do it. He used all his boost there. Not sure that's what he was looking for. Now over the goal is Marquette. Son of Carr with it into the corner. Can't quite find the hit he's looking for. It feels like they're kind of feeling out this Butler defense here. I'm not sure if they just didn't get quite a good feel of it in the first game, but so far they're trying to see, you know, where are the openings? Where can we attack? Not really fully setting up for these plays just yet.
No, they don't want to commit too much right now, but honestly, I feel like it's a pretty stable game for both sides. For Marquette, all it takes is one of those strong breakaways, one of those quick attacks that they've been finding time and time again. And there it is! JFG coast to coast puts one in.
Yeah, and you were just saying it. All it takes is one of those long straightaways. JFG is able to get it, able to get the demo, able to get the long range goal. And even up the score, 3.5 minutes to go. And this series continues to excite. I'm really enjoying this one. I'm looking forward to it though. But Jiggy, he did have that big mistake in game 1 where he basically laid up a free goal for Marquette. But outside of that, he has played a very good series. He scored the only goal for Butler in game 1. And I believe he scored their goal in this game as well. So good stuff from him. We'll see if he can keep it up.
Now dead even 3 minutes in. The game hasn't been particularly fast scoring, but I feel like these teams have only increased in velocity as we've gone on, right? The passing's gotten better, the pressure's gotten better. And now the shots are all here for Marquette. They're looking strong. Set one up. Kai over top to get the clear. That's an important one, though. That relieves a lot of pressure off the back of Butler. That's time for them to go get boost, time for them to reset, time for them to start building out of their half, which they haven't really gotten the chance to do in recent memory because Nito, Burrito, and crew have been all over this midfield, suffocating them back into their net. When Butler get the opportunity, they need to make the most of it coming out of their half.
Yeah, most definitely. And, you know, you really said it well as well. They were playing slow out the gate, really trying to feel each other out, like I said earlier. And now, though, they feel like they have a good read on what their opponents are trying to do. And we are seeing them come out in full force. We're seeing demolitions. We're seeing them use up all their boosts, going for these big plays all the way back and forth. But now Son of Carr has a bit of an aerial. Oh, the double demo back and forth. Now it's a 2v2 for a few seconds. Everybody's going to get back onto the field now. All good and ready to go back. Kai with a huge aerial. Jiggy. Oh my goodness, Jiggy, you almost messed that one up, but you made it happen. You made it work.
That's an important one with 2 minutes on the clock. Marquette has struggled to find the attacking half in this last little bit. It's been super duper back and forth before then. So now it's about playing fast, getting that ball position, because whichever team has had a hold of it hasn't really let go of it in some period of time. But it's close. Good save by Nito Burrito to make sure it doesn't happen. Sir Aaron now with control of the ball. Should find a good cross here. Maybe pinch off the wall. No, can't read the bounce quite right. Now it's a counterattack for Marquette. Up off the top. Crossbar. No, saved by Kai.
Yeah, Kai coming in there, and that was really important because, you know, Jiggy was playing very aggressive, and I think Sir Aaron was out of boost entirely. So great communication for him to be in position to make that play. And of course, great play by him as well. Just going up and hitting that ball, having the confidence, having the aggression to know that he can make that play. Sir Aaron with the demo gives them a few seconds of 3-on-2, but Son of Carr not breaking a sweat. He's just going to knock that one out. No question about it. Sir Aaron was going for an aerial there, just barely misses it, and now that actually may have killed their attack as Marquette looking to bring it back out. Kai does get a hit. He gets a demo. Sir Aaron fires it goalwards. Oh, but it just goes down. Jiggy misses it too. Oh my goodness, 2 in a row from Butler that just go right off the crossbar. Unfortunate for them, but I don't think they're going to worry too much. You know, they still do have that lead. Obviously, they'd like to have a 2-goal lead, but, you know, they're not going to worry too much about that missed goal there.
No. Thing is, though, right now for Marquette, they've got shots, they've got opportunities. They're bringing up the crossbar left and right. The ball's found an open net. Can Kai save it? Gets the backflip, but not the save! 30 seconds left, and Marquette even up the score line. They're not out of this yet, and they're not done with Butler yet. Remember, if they win this, they send themselves onto a match point, up to a 2-0, which is scary for Butler, right? When we talk about how important the start of the season is, how important it is to come off with some degree of victory, something you look back at and say, yeah, we can build on that. For Butler, that's getting at least 1 away here, but Marquette are not making it easy.
Yeah, definitely not making it easy at all tied up, and great stuff there again from this Marquette team. And it looks like we may be headed for some more overtime action. So this one is proving to be even closer than I was hoping. Nita Burrito gets the demo there. As the time is ticking down, will we see a last-second goal? Well, the ball is still in the air, and they're just going to let it pop. Interesting. They weren't really looking for that overtime. Maybe they just didn't like the way things were shaking out. In any case, we'll see if it works out for them, because Marquette, they definitely had an opportunity to keep that overtime going.
Had a chance, had a shot, but now is the real opportunity. Marquette over top. No, it's Kai immediately for Butler. Just 13 seconds, and it feels like it's just kind of the EGF standard at this point. The second overtime comes on, that ball is immediately slapped back into place. Great shot by the Blues side to take away the win and even up the score line. It's 1-1. We're at least going to 4 here, Cool J.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and this is what we love to see as well. Close matches all throughout, back and forth. One team takes a game, another team takes a game. You know, and this, what I was saying too, is Marquette, they made a conscious decision there. They said, we don't like this setup. We don't think that we can turn it around. We're just going to let it drop. We're going to go overtime. You know, and they go overtime and they do that. The mental lapses, you got to be so careful to try and avoid those plays, because Marquette's a good team. We saw it in game 1. You know, we saw it through most of game 2 there too. You know, they know how to make those plays, but you know, you just lose your focus. All it takes, one moment, lose your focus, boom, Butler wins the game.
That's all it takes. We're gonna find a restart on one of the players' monitors, but I'm ready to hop into match 2 or match 3. What are you looking for here, right? How far behind do you think Butler actually fell in that game? Because they were playing catch up for a good bit. I felt like they repaired it. I felt like it went back to game 1 Marquette, but Butler is starting to keep up a little bit here. What could be the difference maker for a team like Marquette, though, to try and take this one away versus the last? Granted how close it was.
So honestly, the biggest thing for me there was I really felt like Butler's defensive rotations were not good enough. And a lot of times they just weren't getting punished on it by Marquette. Both of the goals, well, at least, you know, the goals from JFG really were kind of slow rollers. They were bouncers. You know, they weren't so much great set plays as they were Butler making mistakes on the defensive side. You know, and Marquette, credit to them, they were able to take advantage of some of those mistakes. But I really think we need to see Butler clean it up if they want to win this one. Marquette, meanwhile, what I really need to see from them is a little bit more aggression, because, you know, they are actually doing a good job of defending. They're not giving up too many goals. But I feel like they're sometimes a little too afraid to get out of their own half. Sometimes they're even afraid to contest those 50-50s at midfield. And if you can't even go up for those 50-50 balls, you really aren't giving yourself a chance in this game.
No, you've got to go for everything. You got to start fighting for scraps. You can't be afraid to get down and dirty with it whenever it comes down to the midfield, whenever it comes to a lot of that neutral possession, right? You have to shut down the ping pong game. You can't allow that ball to just go from one end of the field to the other all the time. And it's all about setting the pace, right? Don't let the opponent make decisions for you. Make the first move yourself. For Marquette, they've had a lot of opportunities to do so. It's about making the most of them now. Son of Carr, the 1v1, As side flip, not much more than that though, as it's sent right back to Nito Burrito, who's going to maintain the ball in the middle of the field.
Yeah, and you know, I love that you mentioned setting the pace, because I feel like that is really the biggest difference between these two teams. Is Butler, it feels like they have their pace. They know how they want to play. They know that speed that they want to go for. Butler just seems to be a little unsure so far on how quickly they want to move. So we'll see if things can get going a little bit here. Now we're already a minute in, but who is going to be imposing their will here in this game 3? It's essentially a best of 3 now, tied all up at 1. So it's anyone's series from here on out.
Absolutely. Winner of this comes away with match point, which is just as notable. We haven't seen a team break that yet. Every single time we've seen 3-1 or 3-0, we have to see it go all the way. I think these teams might be the ones to do it though, Cool J. The way they've been playing, how back and forth it's been, feels like it could break at any point in time. But for Marquette, looks like they're playing well. Ooh. Kai still hitting some nut saves though. And how many times have we seen it? Kai and Jiggy specifically playing some incredible defense, keeping a shot from Marquette that by all means should be going into the goal out of the net, giving Sir Aaron a shot and putting it in. Butler 1-0 building from the back.
Yeah, Sir Aaron putting it in that time, and that was someone who I really wanted to hear from more. We saw Kai and Jiggy really getting jiggy with it all up and down the field, making these combo plays, going back and forth, and Sir Aaron was certainly a good role player, being able to make those defensive rotations, just being in the right spot when you need him there. But getting on the scoreboard always feels great, and in this case, he's going to give his team the lead.
A lead of 1 is not much of a lead in Rocket League. Say it all the time. That 1 could come from anywhere, whether it just be a cross, whether it be a shot from Goofy. We are yet to see Jiggy, pardon me. That's red. Sir Aaron, though, on the counterattack. Jiggy, nice save, keeping it up in midfield. But this is dangerous for Butler. They need to get back, start making these saves. The rotations are a little bit off right now, but they force Marquette back. Now the rotations all reset. The pressure's on, and they've got a cross to do it. Sir Aaron with the open net. No. Misses on the shot. Assumed the other player was going to hit it, but now it means an open net for Burrito. That open net now occupied by Kai as he just gets control of the ball. 2:30. We're halfway through. The lead for Butler, but a chance for Marquette. Shot from JFG is going to reach the back of the net.
Yeah, there we go. Great setup from Marquette there. Relentless pressure. And JFG actually setting himself up for this goal. 2 players overcommit from the side of Butler. JFG gets the punish. And honestly, on this Marquette side, it's been the JFG show so far today. We did have the 1 good shot from Sunakar when he got that upper bins in game 1. But aside from that, I believe all of their scoring has come from JFG. And he has been putting on a clinic, trying to bring his squad to victory here.
Oh, man, it's a bit of a goal scorer. What can we say? I can't discredit the rest of his teammates. The rotations have been really, really solid, and they've kept a lot of the pressure on, right? You look at a lot of the midfield play, it's not necessarily JFG, right? Nito Burrito's been going out, JFG's been going out, Son of Car. They've all been challenging these to keep the ball in their possession, out of their half, and heading towards the opponent's goal. Butler, however, found the 1 chink in their armor that they need. They're starting to play in themselves, putting a lot of pressure on. Marquette building out of their own half, though, regardless. They finally found a good bit of pressure, and across a shot from Nito Burrito. He's going to lay the ball up, but it's just a little bit too high to be put in.
Yeah, unfortunately, that ball was not coming down anytime soon, and Marquette just couldn't follow up on it. I did love that setup, building out of their own half, playing it slow, playing it very well, methodical gameplay from them. Son of Car now, it's almost like he heard me. He wants to get involved. He gets a nice little aerial dribble outplay, but unfortunately is not able to do anything with it once he gets into the other half. GFG going to demo Kai. That's going to slow down their attack and allow Marquette a chance to strike back here. Only about a minute left to go, and Marquette are looking for the go-ahead goal. Kai not letting anything through right now. He, Jiggy, and Sir Aaron are playing on a string. They are 3 minds in 1. And it is incredible to watch the way they are playing together right now. We'll see if they can put it together on the offensive end, though. And it seems like Son of Car is not interested in letting them do that.
No, but he doesn't have much say right now because Butler intercepting every single attempt at a clear that Marquette are going for. They've got a cross, even a shot maybe from Sir Aaron. Good save by JFJ, keeping us cool and being patient. The last thing you want to do is get scored on right before overtime. It'd be heartbreaking for either of these sides to have happen to them. With 30 seconds left, it feels pretty likely, Cool J, JFG sets up the cross. Kai needs to make this, does manage to get a touch on it, but it's back into the welcoming arms of Marquette, who are trying to just find some sort of shot on this goal. They're waiting for the right opportunity to do so, though. Not just taking the willy-nilly shots, they're setting it up. An air dribble, no! JFG intercepted the ball, sent it right back where it came from. Now Son of Car laying it all the way over. Aaron there for the save, Son of Car in the goal, no!
Oh my goodness, no! Oh, but it's still up. Oh, but he just misses it. And is this our third straight game going to overtime?
It might be. It is ridiculously long. Regardless, good touch by JFG, denying any sort of value from the bump right now, getting a demolition. Move Car out of the half. Kai over top. Is it going to be another quick one? No. JFG's there for the save. Jiggy and Butler, though, both putting on the pressure. This team seems to come alive in overtime, but Son of Car looks to shut him down. Can't. It's back in Butler possession.
It is indeed, but Nito Burrito, he's not interested in letting them do anything with it. He goes for the demo. And Marquette, they've done this a few times now. When Butler gets possession, they go for a demo, and it seems to be very effective at stopping their attacks in their tracks, really. And now here, Marquette threatening. They are in Butler's half. They're looking for a setup. They're playing it very slow right now. They didn't quite get the setup they wanted. Who's going to be back? JFG is there. Like a thief in the night, he is able to stop that attack. Nito Burrito now coming back in up the field for Marquette. He plays it over the middle, but no one there to follow up on it. However, Son of Car and GFG, they're pushing up. Maybe they're pushing up too far. Here comes Sir Aaron. He fires it goalwards. They're just... Sir Aaron gonna get the score. Butler takes game 3, going up 2-1.
Another OT over to Butler, and every single time it feels like Marquette have enough traction. They're just not finishing off their shots. I feel like they're waiting for too perfect of the opportunity, but outside that, I don't know what to criticize this team for. They're both playing really, really solid Rocket League. They've both put on a lot of pressure, and my biggest thing right now is whenever one team gets a handle on the ball, they're not letting go of it. You have to wrestle it out of their hands. It's 30, 45 seconds before you ever even see the damn thing again. And at that point, it becomes who can counterattack better, because that's going to be the time when your opponent is most vulnerable. Butler did it better. Both of their counterattacks caused 2 goals, both in overtime, winning them 2 matches. And it's been the big difference between these two. Marquette have been solid about building out of their half, but sometimes I think you just got to send it a little bit quicker. Look for that long player up forward. Go for the 50-50 ball and trust your teammates to win those, because I think that's what's taking Butler over the edge right now. And honestly, with the way these teams are playing, I think it's about the only difference between them and Marquette.
Yeah, and I really feel like Butler is just a more complete team at this point in time. You know, JFG definitely the star for Marquette. Son of Car and Nito Burrito still good players, and they do seem to play well together. But we're just seeing so many more plays from the entire roster of Butler. Jiggy and Kai, of course, lightening it up in games 1 and 2. But then Sir Aaron there, after he heard my call to action in game 3, he scored both of their goals, including that game winner there. And he really stepped up and made the plays when his team needed him to. Now Butler on match point. Marquette backs against the wall. Are they going to be able to win these last 2 and turn this series back in their favor?
This is a tough one for them, right? You're trying to adapt against a team that plays almost exactly like you. These two teams have been having the same strengths. They've had the same weaknesses. They've played at the same speed. They've passed at the same speed. They've gone for the same passes, right? They've gone for the same plays. There's just the difference of who's actually connecting their shots right now. And right now, it's all Butler. So if I'm Marquette, I'm thinking, right, we're having trouble in this game. We're having trouble creating opportunities for ourselves, but so we're Butler. We're having opportunities scoring those for ourselves, but so we're Butler. So what happens when you try and shift the way you play entirely into something more attacking? I think you just start messing up more. I think you start letting in more goals from Butler. So for Marquette, it's just do more of the same, but, you know, do it better. And that hurts to hear, but you got beaten 2 OTs in a row. The difference can't be that large.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with pretty much everything you said. I really feel like what it is for Marquette is the confidence. I feel like they are very good at this defensive play style. They play it well, you know, almost similar to Delaware, playing that kind of counterattack style that we saw from Delaware last year. Building slowly out of their half, playing for the ball control. They do, you know, but I think you're right. I think when it gets to those last minutes and they're still tied, they lose their game plan. You know, they kind of lose focus, especially in overtime. They lose focus. And I think if they could have that confidence in their plan, if they can stick to their game plan, if they can stick to their goals, they play it really well. And I think we're going to see them, take some games here, because this has been a very close series, every game in overtime. So Marquette, they've been right there in these games, and it can still go either way. I'm really excited to see how this one shakes out.
And what's crazy is, I mean, you say, right, they're not sticking to their game plan enough. I feel like they're sticking to their game plan too much. I feel like it's kind of the opposite, right?
Okay.
Marquette only want to build out of their half. They only want to play really slow possession play, defensive, and then build out, go for an attack. And they're missing a lot of the opportunities that Butler are leaving hanging. Butler are doing the same thing, right? Building out of their half, getting possession. But when they get possession in the attacking half, it's often with 2 to 3 people actively going for the ball. There's opportunities there for Marquette to move faster, go for a heavy counterattack, and try and play off that I don't think are getting taken advantage of, especially the later we get into the game. Because when overtime hits is when the difference hits between these two teams, right? The true colors always come out in OT. And for Butler, what that's meant for them so far has just meant, okay, you know what? We're going to go for these now, right? We want this first goal. They're playing to score, and Marquette are playing to not get scored on. And honestly, I feel like I'm really liking the former, given how these two teams are playing. We're getting a sub in, though, for one of the players here. We'll get to find out what that is in just a moment. We're ready for the next match. Telling the players to go ahead. Let's get into match point between Butler and Marquette.
Yeah, we are going to be seeing Opa subbing in for the side of Marquette in place of Son of Car. We did see Son of Car making some plays, but it seems like he was having some technical difficulties there. So, unfortunately, going to have to swap out. But maybe this will make a difference for this Marquette squad, who is on the back of 2 losses here, down 2-1 in this series, facing a loss in their first set, and Jiggy does it again. How many times is this guy just going to style on him?
I don't know, but he's had a lot of really fantastic goals so far today. I want him to keep it up, and that's what I'm talking about, going for those. I don't think we've seen Marquette go for it. It's a confidence thing more than anything, right? Just have the guts, have the gusto to go for it. Oh no, JFG from across the field evens it up. That is the most goals we've seen in 10 seconds today.
Yeah, 2 goals in the first 10 seconds. We've certainly seen crazier things. Well, maybe not much crazier things, but this is a very fun one so far. This game for Marquette is not going to go down without a fight. And a fight we shall receive. JFG trying to get that flip reset off the ceiling. Doesn't quite make it happen towards the ball there. Nito Burrito trying to center it up, but nothing doing there. Jiggy taking it right on out. He's not interested. Okay, well, already I'm liking this aggression from Marquette. Butler, they're trying to play it out, but Marquette is winning them in the midfield, and, right as I say that, Butler finally wins one, takes it back the other way. Now back and forth it goes. We've gone back to smash ball. I see the ball, I smash the ball, and we're going back and forth up and down this field.
Yeah, Butler looking to play it out of their own, looking for a strong counterattack from Zero, and this is actually a pretty good opportunity if they can get the ball centered. They do. It's Kai. No, Jiggy on the open net, plays it back post, and gets it shut down by Nito Burrito, who's on one of his own. Both of these teams now stepping up the pace big time for game number 4. But remember, it's all on the line here for Marquette right now. Still a little bit of a buffer for Butler, but that may not last long if Marquette can keep up this pace. The ball out in midfield. Good communication to keep it down by Nito. Unfortunately, just intercepted. So Aaron, from the middle of the field, this had to be some sort of intercept. Nito, let's see, touch to the side. Oh, yeah, Aaron was 100% ready for this one. Right in between threads and needle. And 2-1 up go Butler.
Yep, he was in the perfect position. Honestly, it was so hard for me to see there. I thought JFG did an own goal that just got attributed to Sir Aaron. But no, Sir Aaron makes an incredible play there. All power to him. And all power to Butler, who are now up 2-1. 3.5 minutes to go. But as we say, a 1-score lead? Really no lead at all. We already saw 2 goals in the span of 10 seconds in this game. Anything can happen in the crazy upside-down world of Rocket League. Upa with the ball here coming up the sideline. Sir Aaron goes for the challenge, but Upa actually wins that one out. Kai gonna end up getting the touch. Back and forth it goes. Marquette looking to build this one. Oh my goodness. JFG, you had a wide open net there and he just missed it.
Well, close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades, man. Marquette now not playing either of those, but they can still score a goal. With 3 minutes on the clock, there's so much time for them to actually do this. But I don't think it comes from building out of their half. Butler have gotten so comfortable playing against that. They just need to find their opportunity. Look for an intercept here. The passes haven't been perfect. There's a chance for you to come in every once in a while, try and outplay somebody 1v1 there, and have a good shot though off the backboard. There's no one there to really finish it. Jiggy turns around in hopes of getting a piece of the ball. Instead, just leaves it for Kai, who's across center. Straight for the shot. No, it's wide. Another one here, and you can tell how low Marquette are right now on boost. They're struggling to get to these balls, but somehow Nito Burrito has managed it. He's out, he's underneath it, and Opa gives them the relief they need and a shot on net that Jiggy's got to save.
Big hit. He tried to actually play it back into the middle there, but Jiggy is so good. Oh my goodness, he almost goes all the way down the field with that one. Opa, though, comes back around. He says, you know what? I can do that too. I'm not going to let you score for free. And he stops the bleeding there, but still Marquette down a goal. They're looking to set it up over the middle here. Nito Burrito, if he was in a better position, had a slightly different angle. That could have been a goal there, but alas, it was not meant to be. Now Kai coming down the field here. He's going to get stopped by JFG. Back and forth this ball goes. And these 50-50 balls, I love seeing the aggression from both teams. The confidence going after so many of these, really not letting any plays be made for free so far today.
No, 2-1 though, and 2-1 in scoreline as well. Butler just one game away from sailing this one out. They want a third goal. They want to put the nail in the coffin, but it's so difficult, right? Every time you move forward against Marquette, you're risking them getting one of those counterattacks off that they've been looking for so long. And Opa's got one anyways. A clear ball up the left side. Cross into center. Kai's there for the save, though. Solid stuff from the Butler defender. And keeping that time in mind, they want to play a lot of these high. They want to play that ping pong game. They want to rip as much time off this clock as possible.
Yeah, we've talked about this a lot today. Playing the clock can give you so much advantage. We talked about Marquette, you know, the way they panic in the last minute, especially when they're down. They lose their game plan. They lose focus. They make more mistakes. Jiggy almost had a chance at a goal there, extending the lead even further. Butler has Marquette exactly where they want them right now, because Marquette just has not been able to stay focused in the clutch moments of these games.
They've got one more chance to become so. 30 seconds. We've seen him even up the score. They just need one Cool J. But Serrera and crew are not giving him any sort of breaks. This Butler squad looks completely renewed since last semester. And honestly, I'm loving it. Right at the core, we've seen these guys play before, but it just feels so much newer. It feels like there's so much more life put right into it. And already, just over the offseason, there's been a massive improvement from Marquette, though. I don't think it's going to be enough, Cool J. They've got one more shot here. It's dead center in the midfield. Let's run there to lay it up for Nito Burrito, but that's the ground. That's it, and that's Butler taking away the match. 3-1. Huge congratulations to the blue side.
Yeah, 3-1 in the series. In this particular game, of course, 2-1 final score. Honestly, I was about to talk about an MVP for that series for Butler. It's honestly hard for me to pick one. You know, I'm going to say Jiggy would eke it out by a bit, but it was really a big team effort from that squad. Up and down the roster, they all played incredibly well in that series.
Yeah, and honestly, first of all, apologies for the camera. His camera got shut off somehow, but we'll get it back for you guys after a quick little break. And I gotta say the same thing. I think Jiggy takes that one away. The shots, the saves, this guy was all over the field. I'm sure Serrera was all up in the comms, a consistent player, solid captain all around. It's what you want from somebody who's keeping your whole team together. Everybody played pretty well today. Marquette weren't able to come out with the win. I think a little bit more grit to their play, a little bit more invested into their attacking side, though, and they'll get there. There's plenty more Rocket League, though. We're only halfway done. Canisius versus University of Colorado is coming up next, ladies and gentlemen. In just a moment, you won't want to miss it.